They even brought out the big guns, a Chieftain Mark 6, and you'll never guess who took a ride in it.
Good luck, huh?
Governor Mary Fallin hopped into the tank, demonstrating its 60 tons of raw power. Monday morning, Frances Ledford came outside to get her paper like she did every day, but the ground was slick. That's when she fell. She laid here in agony for over 3 hours, yelling for help, until she looked up and saw Nick coming to her rescue. She said she got in her car and was about to leave, but when she looked back, that's when she realized someone had accidentally blocked her in. Or at least that's what she thought. That's when she says a man came to the driver's side, ripped the door open, and demanded her purse. The red flag still up, indicating the mailman hadn't been by. Phyllis's husband decided to take a look. And when he checked, nothing. That's when they knew their account information had been stolen. Police say the suspect knocked on the door and said, "It's me." Thinking it was someone he knew, one of the victims opened up the door. That's when one of the suspects forced his way in and pistol whipped the victim in his face. When I heard about the Buffalo Wing Soda, I had to try it. The face says it all. Luckily, they have plenty of options on the menu. The sign reads, "Just Us Kids Child Care," but one parent says they're not caring for children. He says his daughter was locked in a van like this for over 20 minutes with no one to hear her scream. The Canadian County Sheriff's Office made a huge bust of high-grade marijuana. They say it's all thanks to Deputy Pickles. The original bill states that it's illegal for anyone to wear a mask, hood, or covering while committing a crime, but there's been some amendments. In that new language, there's no mention of committing a crime. It states that it's illegal to intentionally conceal his or her identity in a public place by means of robe, mask, or other disguise. The two in the stolen vehicle narrowly missed crashing into an officer as they came racing down the Barrow Street, clearly with no concern for life. What happened next is too graphic to show. The suspects in the stolen vehicle flew over the railroad tracks at a high speed, hitting and killing the Burroughs dog.
Busted through my door, through the bedroom door, and told me to get butt naked and sit in this chair.
Now joined with his family, he had one option.
You have 4 seconds to tell me where the money's at, or I'm gonna blow your face off.
With no way to escape, seconds seemed like a lifetime.
My whole life flashed in front of me.
4, 3, 2.
I knew I was a dead man.
Until he heard a voice.
It's the police. And he threw the gun over in the corner. In that last 2 seconds of my life, they saved my life. Not only my life, but everybody else's life inside this house.
Disturbing news for any parent.
They didn't even know she was missing.
Josh, who didn't want to give his last name, says when the daycare van picked up his daughter from school, she fell asleep in the back seat.
When she woke up, she went to get out of the van and the doors were locked. She told me that she was screaming and crying for someone to come help her.
But Josh says help never came. The stranded 6-year-old took matters into her own hands, crawling to the front and finding a door without a child lock. From there, she made her way to the parking lot, then to the front door of the daycare, where Josh says a parent let her in.
Luckily, she was able to do that. It could have been a lot worse.
We tried to talk with the daycare. My name's Andrew, I'm with News Channel 4. But they locked the doors on us. Just thinking about his daughter spending those moments alone in the van was enough for Josh to take action.
It really just makes me feel scared. I mean, my child has been removed from that daycare, but other children still go there, and that kind of negligence is just, it's unacceptable.
And despite no longer being at the daycare, Josh says his daughter is still scared.
She was terrified. When she got home, she was telling us that she promises she won't she won't fall asleep on the van again.
Taylor Smith says he brings his kids out here to the Arkansas River almost every week. But after he found hundreds of dirty syringes on a sandbar where his kids walk around barefoot, he says he's thinking twice about bringing them back. Smith and some friends discovered what they thought was a tackle box while boating out on the Arkansas River on Saturday.
They're just packed plumb full.
Turns out it was 5 biohazard containers, completely filled with vials of blood and syringes with the needles still attached.
Don't feel comfortable swimming now.
Smith says he thinks someone was dumping them off a bridge upstream.
There's no telling how long this has happened, if it's happened more than once.
He's furious that whoever did this not only put the lives of his children in danger, but hundreds of people who come to the river every week as well.
It's sickening to think that there's a possibility that somebody could get, hepatitis from something like this, and the possibility is very real, I think. The sticker says it all. That shouldn't be in the river.
They're supposed to save our lives, but the South family says they're not too confident in their storm shelter now that it's floating in their garage.
And I heard that water really gurgle really loud.
The next thing Ronnie South knew, his storm shelter was floating.
I said, look at this. And we just watched it come right on up out of the ground.
Storm shelter experts say if installed improperly, just a small amount of groundwater under a shelter is enough to pop it loose. Ronnie and his wife live just blocks away from the path of the May 2013 tornado.
We bought it right after that.
They rode out that storm 2 years ago in their hallway. They thought they were safe until this happened, and they learned the company they bought the shelter from is out of business. The Souths don't have the money to hire someone to put it back into the ground.
If one comes, we're in deep trouble again. Well, I mean, if it blowed the house away, it's bound to blow it away. It's just sitting there. I'm scared. I'm scared to death.
We made a few phone calls and found a company that was willing to help get their shelter back in the ground.
We would be happy to step up and help reinstall.
Oh, that's awesome.
They're gonna help you get it back in the ground.
That's good.
But Tornado Safe isn't just going to reinstall the shelter.
Just pull that out and give you a new Tornado Safe certified shelter.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Tornado Safe says they will be out within the next few weeks to get the South family back underground.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Reporting for more, Andrew Donnelly, News Channel 4.